Hello, I'm Ginger.
And I'm Tori.
We're two black girls navigating adulthood while trying to make this shmoney.
Our goal is that this podcast will help you realize that you are not alone on your journey to achieving your dreams.
Each week, there will be a new podcast where we talk about lifestyle,
self-fulfillment, and achieving your goals.
Now let's begin.
Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast of the I2 podcast. I'm Tori.
I'm Ginger.
And today we're really going to be talking about planning for the future. All that entails, what it looks like for us right now, what we're doing to make that happen, and some of the pitfalls that we've experienced along the way. So yeah.
Yep.
What does your dream life look like, Ginger?
Well, I have so many different things that I want for my dream life. Let's see. We're talking about planning for the future. My dream life looks like waking up in the morning, getting an excellent workout, with my Tiana Taylor 8-pack, and my Tiana Taylor 8-pack, and my, glossy brown skin, and doing a great workout, starting my day with God, then turning around, making a cup of coffee, and going into my home studio with all my top equipment, getting ready to, make another hit that's gonna win a Grammy or something, and then going to my meeting about, performing arts education and how to improve, just pretty much just big boss moves, CEO energy, doing waking up in my dream home. I want to be married, hopefully have kids in the future and all those kind of things. My favorite cup of coffee, and just living this dream life of music, of community service, working with kids, producing music, going to meetings for, our top, Fortune 500 I2 company. So just like this big boss kind of, CEO life, to be, black woman CEO, really out here doing it, and just helping myself, helping my family, and helping others, and really just, that's kind of what I want to do, and be in that position, not necessarily because I want all the power or nothing like that, but just because I see things that can be improved in the world, and I just really want to be an orchestrator of that, and to help fuel change, and to fuel, the world to, maybe take some steps towards a more positive, better future. And yeah, so I just really want to do that, and I walk around my office in my suit. And they're like, excuse me, Ginger, how are we going to get this project done, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, we'll have a board meeting in 10. Don't worry about it, So my dreams, for that is to just, like we said, we're making this money, and making a lot of it, and hopefully being able to fuel it back into the community, and really uplifting the community, creating a future that I love, with people around me that I love and that love me, and with a community that I can uplift and help, and just, really bask in just success and positivity and love and prosperity for not just me, but for the people around me. So that's what planning for the future, looks like for me. What about you, Tori?
Whew. So, my dream life looks like you, getting out of my bed, my beautiful, massive California,
California
King bed. Oh, and my mattress.
I want to stretch. I want to stretch out, boy.
I want to sink into my mattress. And when I get up, I want to feel rested. And then I roll over, kiss my boo, my husband, on the first day to get ready. And I want to have a house that is relaxing and calm,
Yes.
that I feel is my safe place when I come back from work. And I want to hopefully have my husband, my 2 children, hopefully twins, so I can get them, one and done at the same time, 2 for the price of 1. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully that'll happen. And I want to have a career that is fulfilling, that allows me to give back to my community. One being our business with you, That's going to be, like you said, we're going to be making all the money. But I also want to be working with the community as a community health worker, and maybe have another business where I teach local organizations and hospitals how to have culturally competent care, making sure that their language includes all people of all races, of all nationalities, of all sexualities, like all of that,
Mm-hmm.
to make sure that people are included and that they feel safe when they're receiving care. I want to make sure that all mothers have access to quality care that is affordable in St. Louis, in Missouri specifically. But I just want to make sure that my community is free, whether physically, financially, and I also want to be free. I want to be financially free. And not just like I have zero loans and I also have $0 in my bank account. I want to be making like
Seven figures.
minimum, minimum
Seven,
six figures.
seven figures.
you, that's awesome too. A six-figure salary, but I just really want to be. I want to have peace of mind
Mm-hmm.
because you can't put a price on. Well, you can technically, but having peace of mind and knowing that you're doing what you love is amazing. And I know that there aren't a lot of people who have that freedom, sadly. But
Yeah.
that's what I want, and I want to help other people feel free.
I feel it. And I feel that that's one of the themes that's going on in my life too, that freedom, and what it takes to get freedom. Like it takes a lot of work, a lot of,
Yeah.
planning, all those kind of things. And it's just like, we want freedom. We want financial freedom. We want, like physical freedom to be able to travel and go and do what we want to do, see the world, and just, freedom to where you can do what you want. And
Mm-hmm.
just set your own schedule, set your own routines. That doesn't mean that you can just, not do nothing for, 2, 3 months or whatever at a time and then show up to work randomly one day. Not that, but just, you're waking up and you're doing something that you're passionate about, that fuels you, that you
Mm-hmm.
love, that you believe in. And I feel like we're both working towards that way, and we're getting closer and closer and closer to doing things that we love and what we believe in. But it takes work, it takes time.
Yeah.
For sure. And I think that I definitely also too want to be married with kids. I would love to also at some point like adopt children, help pull kids
Yeah.
out, of the system maybe. And I would definitely like to look into that because I'm realizing, as my listeners, as you know, that Tori and I, Tori's still in college. I just graduated college, and we're both getting into our careers a little bit here and there. And I'm a teacher now, so as I go and like get into the schools, I really see the needs of the community and the needs, of education. And I kind of want to bring that, like, I don't want it to just stop at the school. I want to bring that like into my home. And if there are kids that are in the community that I know don't have a family, that are maybe, they're looking for a family, they're looking for a home. I would love to be a home for those, those kids, and so, and then to expose them to music and just all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I definitely want that to be a part of my future. So yeah, man, it's so many different things. Because it's funny, we both laughed at the very beginning because you start to really think about all the stuff you really want in your life and all the
It's a
things.
long
It's a
list.
very, very, very long list. It's so many things because I love how you said like a house, a home of comfort. It is my dream to like, my parents, we always have Christmas here and Thanksgiving. It's my dream
Mm-hmm.
that like one day my home becomes the family home, that when it's
Yes.
Christmas my siblings are coming over, my aunts, my uncles, my kids are there, my husband, all those kinds of like lovely things, friends come over, especially hopefully once we can get all of this that we're going through controlled and we can all be in large gatherings and stuff. But I want to have one of those long tables, with
Girl,
just all
yeah.
kinds of like foods and desserts, and not to like flex, but to have a space of serenity and of family, and
Mm-hmm.
have that vibe, that vibe in my house, that this is the family home. Like this is not just Ginger's house and everybody else stay away, but this is you know I'm working hard to build this life for my family. I'm working hard to build this life for my community. Come over, let's eat
Mm-hmm.
dinner together. Let's have Christmas here. Let's have Thanksgiving here. Whatever, And let's celebrate any holidays, at my house. Like my home is a family home, and just bringing that love and that peace and that tranquility and that family and that community in my home. I just really want my future to involve community, because people are like so important, and family is so important, and your relationships are so important. I want my relationships to just be so solid, in the future, and I'm working on that now, but definitely that too. So financial freedom, physical traveling freedom, and also
Mm-hmm.
community, man. And we both said that, community.
Yeah.
So I really love that. So it's like,
Yeah. And like Ginger, I want to have a house where my family can come over, but I also want a family house. Like always wanted to own like a little lodge or
yeah,
like a
yeah,
cabin,
that's
but a very
actually,
nice cabin. Yes, that like everyone in the family can have some ownership on. They know they can visit. We can have Christmas there. Hopefully it'll be somewhere snowy. And then also in the future, let's say we no longer want that. That money can be then divided uh, amongst the family members and have it on a very large plot of land so that even if you sell the house, you still have that money. So if someone wants to develop on that land, that's extra money for our family.
yeah.
So really, I just want to help my family members gain money, but also wealth and knowledge on how to be financially responsible.
And I think we're both saying it. We really want generational wealth. Like,
Yeah.
not wealth that once we're gone, it's gone too. But that
Mm-hmm.
wealth where I can pass it to my kids. My kids can use it to fuel their business and help the community. They're going
Mm-hmm.
to pass it to their children and their children. We want to build generational wealth, and it's starting with us, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, building that generational wealth where we can pass down property and finances and stuff, so that I might not be able to get this one spot. I wasn't able to develop over there. I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't able to help this community, but my kid can do it, and or
Yeah.
my grandchildren can do it. And just that it's this perpetual cycle of keeping like finances in the family, where my kids can have the resources, and then they can go out and use those finances to better the community and everything. Does that make sense? But
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
even
it
say
does.
like generational wealth, not even just like I don't really want to say keeping finances into the family necessarily, but like keeping finances flowing through the
Yeah.
family. I think that's a better way to say that. And like having finances flow through the community, where we start
Mm-hmm.
organizations and stuff, that when it's 50 years and we've been gone, and everything, and
Mm-hmm.
and we're no longer around, but 50 years from now they're still running the I2 organization or whatever, that's
Mm-hmm.
helping mothers, that's helping children, that's doing medical and performing arts education things, and whatever that
Yeah.
looks like, and that it's bigger than us. I love a Beyonce song, "Bigger." That's like bigger than you and
Yeah.
bigger than me. That it's bigger than us. It's not just about one individual person. It's about us as a collective whole, and us as a
Mm-hmm.
community, and how we can uplift each other and really empower each other. So that's I really I'll say this, like, if it's my time to go, whenever that is, and I know that I helped somebody and I helped change a
Mm-hmm.
child's life, or help, somebody was like, I was not gonna continue education, or I was not gonna pursue that dream, but Ginger really pushed me and helped me, and they just became a better person, and they're able to build and help the community. If I can help one person, I feel like I've really like did my job. I've done my job. So that's what I want to
Mm-hmm.
do too, is help people as much as I can, but also still, help myself and enjoy the luxuries of life.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
And it's funny you mentioned Beyonce. The another Beyonce song is this. What is it? Here or I am here.
Mhm.
I remember when she performed for the UN for their awards ceremony. And when I tell you, when I'm feeling down, feeling that I am not where I should be, I listen to that song because, like Ginger, my main goal is that when I pass, I know that I did everything that I could have to help one person, and hopefully that person will help other people, help their community. And I think that with all the things that have happened in 2020 and 2021, especially as Black people, it can be very challenging to keep going when you know that the system is set up to fail.
Yeah.
It's not made for you. You have to make your own spot at the table. And Ginger and I have talked about helping our community and, helping people get property and wealth and, make sure that they have a chance to follow their dreams, to pursue secondary education or some kind of training. And we we just want people to flourish and prosper,
Yeah.
even in systems that aren't designed for them.
Yeah. And it's funny because we have friends that are like, we have friends from high school that are
Mm-hmm.
out here doing
Doing their
their
thing, yeah.
thing, man. And I love to see it. I really do. Like, I'm on
Yeah.
Instagram, and I love to see, I'm gonna just go ahead and shout her out. Like, people like Karis. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
gosh. I'm not gonna
Got her
give her whole
business.
name and everything. But Karis, guys, she's out here doing it, and it's so inspirational. It's so motivational. Like, she's just out here just getting it. Her business is Care to Thrift. So,
Mm-hmm. And we'll have to put a link
we
in.
will.
So yeah, so
Yeah,
you can
I'll,
look into
for
her.
sure, for sure. But yeah, her name is Karis, and she has this Care to Thrift, and like,
Mm-hmm.
she creates these amazing outfits from like thrift shopping. Like, she'll get the shoes and the shirt, top, skirt, whatever. She dresses it up, dresses it down. She'll use one piece. She did something with a robe. It was a top. It was a dress. It was a skirt. I was like, girl, I need to go to the thrift store. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but her, I love what she's doing. I love that, she's an entrepreneur. She's just going for it. And there are many other people like, and I hope to have some of these people on our podcast that will talk
Yeah.
about their journeys, because we have so many friends. She's one of those people I wanted to point out, but there are so many other people that we know personally that are out here creating their seat at the table. And that's one thing
Mm-hmm.
that Tori and I found out, like, there is not a seat at the table for us necessarily, like that. Yeah, we're not really invited to the table. So the thing is, my dad, he always quotes this James Brown lyric, is that don't open the door. No, it's like, don't. Ah, goodness, I have to remember this quote. It's like, I don't want nobody to give me anything. Just open the door. I'll get it myself. That's the quote. So he doesn't want
Okay.
anybody to give him anything. He said, just open the door. He'll get it himself. And like, I love that quote, because it's like, I don't want to be given anything. Just provide me with the means to do it. Like, give me access to the resources. Don't close them off. But I feel
Mm-hmm.
like sometimes we just gotta find a different door,
Yeah.
because
Make her
they
own
don't want
door.
to, open the door. Some people don't want to open the door and help you to get to the other side of that opportunity. And like
Mm-hmm.
they say, when God closes one door, He opens another. So there's a door for you to go in. That's for you. And I feel like that's so important, that if there is not a spot at the table for you, right? I would say this, and if you can't, like, and there's no room for you to even scoot a chair in to sit at the table, I would say go find another room and go start your own table. Go start, go
Yeah.
into another room, pull up your own chair, and it might just be you at that table for that moment. But that
Mm-hmm.
is okay. That's, it builds strength, it builds courage. And sometimes I felt like that, where I'm like, there's no, like, there's not a seat on this, like, in this room for me, right? I can't pull one up to this table. It's not available. Like, it's literally closed, locked, shut. But there is a available room over there. Look at that. Table's empty. I'll go start my opportunity
Mm-hmm.
over there. And you'll be surprised, because you'll sit at that table, and then you'll see another somebody who's like, there was no space in that room for me, but I see that you have this space at this table, and they'll come and join your table, and and you guys, it's so, just creating opportunity for yourself, which is why we're doing this podcast, why we're doing Balance with Purpose, why we're doing all our career things, because there was
Mm-hmm.
like, we had to create a spot for ourselves. We had to create you have to create a spot for yourself, and we weren't gonna wait for someone to, okay, you guys can come on now, you're invited finally.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna wait. Like, how long would that take? Is there gonna be in our lifetime for somebody to? So
Yeah.
we'll find our own door, find our own table, open, go out and get the opportunity for ourselves if they don't. So
Mm-hmm.
that is what that is, man.
Yeah. And it really perfectly goes with the name of our podcast and our like soon to be parent company, I2,
Mm-hmm.
because we were thinking of names, and one of them was I2, and really it came from a Langston
Hughes.
Hughes
Yes,
poem.
yes.
And he was talking about how there was no seat at the table for him as a black man,
Mm-hmm.
as a black person. So it really fits perfectly how we want to have our own table
Yes. And this
for our people and other people of color too, and of people of all abilities, all ways of life.
oh yeah, absolutely. And I love that because when we were looking for a name, we were going through all kinds of stuff, and I had saw this one girl on YouTube who
Mm-hmm.
used like she had a play on words from like the "Hey Black Child," you know that from that
Oh.
poem,
Mm-hmm.
and she like called herself. She's on YouTube. I think she calls herself like local black girl or something like that, and like hey black girl, like it's something, it's a
Mm-hmm.
play on that. If you guys follow her on YouTube, you know who she is. But yeah, and it's a play on that, and I was like, that's so clever. That is so clever. And I was like, how can we do something like that? So we were going back and forth about names. We were like, oh, we don't know. And then we ran across that Langston Hughes, what was it, I Too Am America or something like that. It was
Mm-hmm.
that
Yep.
that poem, and it was like, I too,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's there we are because it's so like open ended. I too,
Mm-hmm.
this and the other, like I too, I can do this, or it's just, and you can put anything at the end. We have the I too podcast, so it's like it's
Mm-hmm.
including like I too am a part of this. I too am important. So it's really an open ended phrase that whatever you need for, you can use it. I too am confident or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I really like our name. It's the bomb.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
all of this talk about what we want our future life to look like is wonderful and great, and I just love it. Just gives me so much hope and joy for like all the things that we want, but it definitely takes some planning.
Yeah.
So, what are some things that we can do or that we are doing currently to plan for our future? So, what would you say? Something that you're doing, plan for your future, steps you're taking.
Yeah. Really, I'm doing all that I can to be prepared for whatever opportunity that may come up. So I have LinkedIn Learning. When I have free time, even if I just take 30 minutes a day to learn a new skill that could be useful for me and for our business, um, looking for people who are doing things that I want to do, reaching out to them and asking just for their time, just to talk to them, just to pick their brain. Why do they love the career that they're doing? How did they get there? Because one, networking is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Get to know those people who are doing what you want to do. And even if they don't have the answer that you're looking for, they know someone. That's a big thing. Another thing is making sure that I am healthy and well enough to actually reach my goals. Because it wouldn't make sense for me to say, oh, I want to make all these six figures and stuff, but I'm not taking care of my body. So making sure that I feel that I am nourished, that I am physically active, that I am strong, that's very important. And making sure that I'm surrounded by people who are like minded, like Ginger, she's wonderful, and that I am also speaking life over other people's dreams. I love hearing about, what people are interested in and what they want to do with their lives. So reach out, connect with people, and create a community. We keep coming back to community because it is very important
Mm-hmm.
because you are who you're surrounded by. They influence you, and you also influence them.
Yes, a hundred
So that's
percent,
pretty much what I'm doing.
100%, 100%. I would definitely say that planning for the future is a difficult task, but like you said, Tori,
Mm-hmm.
all we can do is you can only do the best that you can do. You
Mm-hmm.
can just try to make steps, make moves that leave you available for all opportunities. Having eggs in multiple baskets, which is something that
Yes.
we're trying to do. 2020 has shown us you need multiple sources of income, multiple things to have going just in case something does happen. And so I think that that's all very, very, very important. And having and establishing effective routines, effective schedules,
Yes.
effective plans. And I love like when we talk about goals, for example, and how I was telling my dad, I was actually telling my dad yesterday, I'm like, Dad, it just seems like my goal, like it's just so far away. I'm here and it's all the way over there in the corner, pushed to the side, behind the stairwell and around the corner, you know. And so I'm just like, what am I supposed to do? And my dad was like, he always tells me this every day, you're closer than you think you are. I'm like,
Yeah.
but Dad, it feels like blah, 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 blah. And so it's a lot. So I am working on releasing music. I am working on I'm producing myself. It's a team of one, and Tori's helping me out. We're gonna film a video and all that jazz. But yeah, so I'm like working on releasing music, and so I'll listen to it and like, oh man, this sounds great. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll listen to it another day. I'm like, this is absolute garbage. I don't like it. It's the worst song that was ever made. And then other days I'm like, it's wonderful. It's a hit. Grammy nominated performance. And so it's just up and down with it. And I feel like through that, I've been learning a lot of discipline, a lot of grit, a lot of tenacity. I'm tired, man, because I've been working on this song day and night. Between that and like doing the podcast stuff and just trying to navigate lesson plans for the kids, it's like I feel like I'm taking the steps, but then sometimes it feels like you're not moving. You know what I mean? And you want to move quicker, I would say. And I'm like, I just want to move quicker. I want my progress to go faster. But I realize this is where you build that strength and that courage. And this is where you build that tenacity, that discipline. What do they say? That grit, to really endure. Because when we face challenges later down the line, once we have these amazing budding careers, CEOs, that challenges don't stop. There are things that we're going to have in our business, with my music, with the medical field, all kinds of stuff that we're like, I just wish this would progress faster. I just wish we could get this product out quicker or develop this housing quicker, whatever the case may be, right? And so, I think this is the time now where we're really learning patience. And patience is so difficult, especially when you have this future that you envision. We want, like I said, the family cottage. We want this beautiful home and this marriage, these children, developing the community, all those kinds of things. And then it's like, I have no money right now, and this is going on, and you want it so bad. But I say that's what keeps me fueled. Tori keeps me fueled. The people around me who are encouraging keeps me fueled. But also too, just knowing that I have to keep going. That those goals and those dreams are there. And so one thing I would say that helps is that when I do get discouraged, I take it down a size, and rather than me looking at this big dream, this big goal, right? We take smaller steps. Like Tori and I, maybe we can't have our big, 12-room mansion or whatever, right? So we look at 1-2 bedroom apartments. Start and looking at that and getting excited about, oh my gosh, I could do this in my apartment. We could live here. We could live here. And so it helps, because you're taking one step at a time. All you can do is one step at a time, one day at a time. And sometimes if you can't take one day at a time, take 1 minute at a time. Take it moment by moment. And that's one thing I learned from Tyler Perry's Diary of a Mad Black Woman. She was kind of like giving this monologue while she was, there was some B-roll going on in the movie, and she was talking, Dear Diary. And so she says, some days it's hard to take one day at a time, and I have to take it moment by moment. And I was just like, although, she was going through relationship and, what she was going through, that's really some excellent advice. Sometimes you can't take it a whole day, a whole hour, one thing at a time, man. And make your goals into little chunk and little bite-sized things. And that's what I love about Angie Bellamar, that she talks about in her YouTube and her podcast and everything, that she says, measure your goals, take your time, make them into digestible chunks. So, yeah. So that's what I'm trying to do to help plan for the future and for that dream life that I want. I'm like, Lord, can I move a little faster? But, can just progress a little. I don't want time to go quicker. I just want my progress to go quicker. So, but everything is in due time. God is an on-time God. He's never late. He's on time. So it's just us that we don't have the patience. So, yeah. But I love that. So.
But it's really important to give yourself grace and set those big goals, but also the little goals, because like Ginger said, it could seem like you're never going to achieve those, but if you set small goals, it makes it much more digestible and achievable.
Oh, yeah, for sure. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning into this podcast today. We hope that, you have gotten some insight about our futures that we want, and hopefully it helps you plan your future and realize that, you're closer to your goals than you think. Take things at little bite-sized amounts, plan your goals, set a routine, and when that routine doesn't work, set another one. Have a flexible schedule too. Just give yourself some grace. And there are so many different ways. You can use our planning tools on etsy.com/shop/balance with purpose. If you need help planning your finances for the future, planning your travel, anything, we have those resources for you. And we'll link that in the description box below.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to thank you so much for tuning into this podcast. We love talking about our future. We plan all the time. We look at homes and everything and clothes and all kinds of stuff that we want for the future. But, your future is bright. Our future is bright. Just put in the work. And if no one has told you today, you are beautiful, you are loved, you are lovely, and you got this, man. You got this. Your goals, you got them. You just have to believe in yourself and remember that God's timing is not always our timing. We want things a little quicker. And, that's okay. But at the same time, just be patient. Give yourself some grace. It may take a little time. It's taking time for us, but we're all in this together. And if you have not already, please sign up for our Facebook group. Join our Facebook group. Join us on social media so you can see future podcasts. You'll be able to have a community there where we're going to talk and explore different journeys and just share our journey, and yeah, it's going to be great. So I love you all, and we will see you soon. I'm Ginger.
I'm Tori.
And we are I2, and we will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.